I met Olivia in college. She was 28, magnetic in the way people like her always are, effortlessly cool, always laughing, always surrounded by a crowd. She lived in the moment, chasing last-minute adventures while I was the plan-ahead type. Study, hard. Get a good job. Build a future. We were opposites, and somehow that made it work. By junior year, we were dating. By graduation, we were in love. I thought I'd found it. The one. We moved in together, got married, and while I carved out a stable career, Olivia bounced from job to job, hobby to hobby. She was searching, and I was happy to give her the space to do that. I thought love meant holding it all up when the other person was still figuring it out. But then the distance started creeping in. She began coming home late. Different excuses every time. Work, friends, just lost track of time. I didn't question it at first. She was a social person. I didn't want to be the jealous husband. But then it became a pattern. Vague answers, half-hearted affection. Touches that used to be natural now felt like obligations, if they happened at all. I stopped initiating things, stopped texting her first, stopped asking how her day was just to see if she'd notice. She didn't. That's when the doubt settled in like a fog. Had I missed the signs? All the little jabs I brushed off over the years. You're such a planner, Jake. You always play it safe. Don't you ever want to do something crazy? I used to laugh. Now I wondered if she was warning me all along. Still, I wasn't ready to give up. I planned a weekend trip. Just us. A cabin in the mountains. No distractions. Maybe we just needed a reset. She agreed, but barely. No excitement in her voice. No warmth. Just a shrug. During the drive, she barely spoke. Glued to her phone for 3 hours while I tried to make conversation. The cabin was beautiful. Quiet. Surrounded by nature. She walked in, and the first thing she said was, "Do we have service out here?" Not, "Wow." Not, "Thanks for planning this." Just that. We went hiking. She trailed behind. When we reached a breathtaking overlook, she didn't even look up from her phone. That moment broke something in me. I realized this wasn't stress. This wasn't a phase. She was already gone. That night by the fire, after too many glasses of wine, she laughed, a bitter, mean laugh. Then she said it. "You know what's funny? I've never been attracted to you. I just pretended." I froze. "What does that mean?" I asked. "You try so damn hard, Jake. You always have. You think being nice, being safe, makes you someone I should want?" I sat in silence, while she tore down everything I'd built, everything we had built. "I thought I could learn to love it," she said. "The stability, the future. But God, Jake, you're just so boring." I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just sat there, cold, empty. She kept going as if trying to fill the silence with justification. "I need someone exciting, someone reckless, not a guy who plans date nights and asks how my day was like it matters." That was it. The woman I thought I loved was gone. Or maybe she was never really there. Just someone playing a part she thought she wanted. When she finished, I simply said, "All right." She blinked. "That's it?" "That's it," I said, calm as ever. "You've made yourself clear." I went to bed. By morning, she acted like nothing happened. She stretched and yawned like she hadn't just shattered us the night before. "Do you remember what you said last night?" I asked. She hesitated. "I was drunk. I don't remember much." But she did. I saw it in her eyes. I didn't press. I just nodded and let her believe her lie. That was the moment I stopped fighting. No more effort. No more affection. No more trying to make it work. And at first, I don't think she noticed. Or maybe she did and felt relieved. But then, the shift began. She started reaching for me, sitting closer, laughing at my jokes, touching my arm during conversations, like she could feel the void I had quietly left behind. but it was too late. She had wanted a man with an edge, someone who didn't play by the rules. So I gave her one. I gave her silence. And it was the one move that shattered her perfect world. It looks like you've shared a powerful and emotionally intense narrative, part of a longer piece or monologue, about betrayal, detachment, and the cold clarity that comes after heartbreak. It reads like a raw, unfiltered breakup story told from the perspective of someone who has been emotionally manipulated, but who eventually reclaims their power through silent resolve and calculated detachment. Would you like me to continue? The story from the panic in her eyes when she edited it for clarity, punctuation, and flow, to polish it up while keeping the tone. Summarize it into a shorter piece or post, AG, for a social media caption or blog. Analyze it. Themes. Emotional dynamics, character breakdown? At 1850, I saw it. The exact moment it hit her. Priceless. She tried to play it cool, but her hands were shaking as she frantically checked her phone. I knew her habits. The weekly spa appointments, impulsive shopping sprees, overpriced lunches, with her new friend. That lifestyle was about to hit a wall. She kept glancing my way, probably waiting for me to say something. I didn't. Just sipped my coffee and read the news like it was any other morning. A week later, I had the divorce papers ready. When I walked in, she was curled up on the couch, staring at her phone like the screen had all the answers. Maybe she was waiting for him to text back. Maybe she was hoping it was all a bad dream. She didn't even look up when I entered. I stood there for a second, just watching. She looked smaller somehow, like the weight of it all was finally sinking in, like she knew what was coming. I pulled the envelope from my pocket and dropped it on the table. The slap of paper on wood made her flinch. She slowly set the phone down and picked it up. The second her eyes hit the words at the top, her body went rigid. She swallowed hard and looked up at me, panic in her eyes. "Jake!" Her voice cracked. This isn't necessary." I let out a dry laugh. "Yeah? And why's that?" She shook her head, scrambling. "We can work this out. We don't need to do anything drastic." "Drastic?" I raised an eyebrow. "Like spending years with someone who was never actually in it?" She flinched. "I never said that," she whispered. "You did," I said. "You just don't remember, or pretend not to." "I was drunk, Jake. You know that." "Yeah, well, drunk words come from somewhere." She looked away. I stepped closer. "Tell me, Olivia, how long have you known?" She blinked. "What?" "That I wasn't your type. How long?" Her mouth opened, then closed. She knew there was no right answer. Finally, she whispered, "It's not that simple." I laughed. Really laughed. "Of course that's what you'd say." "No, Jake," she said, eyes pleading. "It is complicated." "No, Olivia, it's actually very simple." Tears welled up. Her fingers crumpled the envelope in her grip. She started. I cut her off. "I gave you everything. I loved you. I built a life around you. And the whole time, you looked at me like a backup plan, like I was safe." She let out a sob, but I didn't stop. "You said you needed more," I continued, watching her break. "Well, congratulations. You got it. Now go chase whatever thrill you've been after." "Jake, please," she cried. "I made a mistake, but we can fix this." "No, you made a choice." Over and over again. "I don't even know why I did it," she whispered. And that was when the last bit of anything I felt for her died. "You didn't ruin everything," I said. "You just proved I deserve better." She choked on a sob. I grabbed my keys from the counter. Just before I left, I turned back one last time. "You wanted excitement," I said, calm now. "Go find it." Then I closed the door on her sobs. And honestly, it felt better than any therapy session. 8 months later, life's been epic. I moved into a killer apartment downtown. Turns out when you're not funding someone else's spending habit, you can actually afford nice things. Got back into rock climbing. Even started dating someone new. Sarah from my gym. She's amazing, down to earth. Excited about the little stuff. Last week we had cheap tacos and just walked around the city. It was better than any overpriced dinner I ever had with my ex. Best part? She makes her own money, pays for her own stuff. Wild concept, right? And then, get this. My ex tried hitting me up last week. Hey, can we talk? I just stared at the message and laughed. Didn't even open it. Mutual friends say she's been couch surfing after the guy she cheated with ghosted her. Didn't even break up. Just vanished. Her job? Gone. Laid off. Her friends? Disappeared when the money ran out. Everyone she chose over me? Nowhere to be found now. Me? I'm living. Really living. Looking back, my only regret is wasting 3 years on someone who saw me as an ATM with legs. But hey, sometimes you have to go through the worst to appreciate the best.